Hello and welcome to the 1 minute, 10 minute, and an hour build challenge. We are going to be working on 3 roller coasters in the matter of an hour and 11 minutes. The video isn't that long, obviously, but let's get right on into it. For the first roller coaster that we're using a spinning coaster. Now, I kind of overestimated for the time here, and obviously you can see that kind of started messing up here because I thought I had more time. So I had to obviously get right into the brakes and all that. So I'll let you guys get a look at that POV right in a minute. Here we go. Now, for as short as that coaster was, this is the 10-minute coaster now, which we are using a hydraulic launch coaster. That's what I like to call them. Sometimes they're called other things. I call them the hydraulic launch coaster. This coaster took me it was kind of the same thing as a spinning coaster. Definitely still was a challenge. I was mainly struggling here on the drop, as you can see. I couldn't really get it right often, and most of the time just fumbling really badly. The turns wasn't well, and the evening was just, everything was just going absolutely horrible, to be completely honest. And I would have given my live reaction, but I'm doing this somewhat on Xbox. I'm using keyboard and mouse on Xbox, so it's not going to be exactly always the best. However, for a 10-minute build challenge, this was definitely a interesting challenge because this was my first time ever doing one and posting it on YouTube, so it's definitely a lot more challenging because I had to do multiple of 10 minutes because I was trying to struggle on roller coasters, and every time I would do one, I was ending up either rushing myself, trying to do scenery, but I decided not to do scenery on this one and just focus on the coaster itself, which ended up providing a really good thing for me because it ended up giving me more time to focus on turns and a lot more things that ended up making the coaster what it is now. So this coaster probably I overestimated, also underestimated. It was a lot tough trying to connect the few final pieces. As you can see, I was struggling really badly with that. But I think it's better if you guys see for yourselves how long it took. So let me show y'all. Now, onto the hour build coaster. This coaster was definitely a tough challenge, and for us, we're using the multiverse friction wheel coaster, so it was definitely a tough challenge. Mainly because the switch tracks don't work how you expect them. I'm used to Theme Park Tycoon 2, so the switch tracks doesn't work as I am used to, and just a bunch of, I'm not used to a challenge where I'm so stressed out on time more than stressed out on, the build itself. So I guess I was kind of, making myself stressed out because I was like, okay, I don't have enough time. I need to focus. That's definitely one of the tougher parts of this challenge is just you making yourself stressed out. So if there are people who are doing the challenges like this, I do recommend you guys focus on not just so much the time, but also the build that you're working on, because sometimes it can either go well or it can go bad. As you can see with the other two, I was focusing on the build, which I was also focusing on the time. So you could see with the spinning coaster, it was not smooth at all. The launch coaster was not that great. It was good. It was a little bit smooth at some points. It was wonky. But I wanted to focus both on scenery and ride here. So that's, I guess, where I made my first mistake. And I guess another mistake I made here was focusing a lot of time on the switch tracks and the whatever this type of track is called. I forgot what they call it. But I was starting to try to test out what happens with this type of track. As you can see, I did not understand a little bit of what I was doing. So basically, I spent over like 5 to 10 minutes on this. So I kind of just wasted a good amount of time just running through this whole thing, and it just didn't work how I exactly thought. Until I eventually gained concept of the whole track system, but that was after another few turns. So again, this video took me a long time to make. It took me over an hour and 11 minutes because I also have to do editing, voice recording, everything. So if you guys could, I would love it if you guys could like and subscribe. It took me a while to do this project, and I definitely probably did way too much just trying to focus on this track. But I really do want to thank you guys for clicking on this video, because you don't understand how much it means to me that you guys are actually watching this. It's just showing that I'm starting to get out there. I want to try to, get out there with all the other big shots that do Planet Coaster and Theme Park Tycoon 2. Anyway, as you can see, not exactly going so well. Like, the whole coaster itself is going great, but for the smoothening and like the whole track itself, it's okay. Not one of my best builds. I have two other roller coasters on the channel. This is my first time actually showing you guys progress of my actual work. So definitely a lot different. I know a lot of the other builders that do Planet Coaster are a lot better at this. I'm not the best at this, so I'm admitting that, because obviously I'm not nowhere close to the big shots. But trying to get up there. Everything else, I just kept working on the brakes, the power on the brakes, the power on everything, because I didn't want it to be too much. I didn't want it, because people that like think, oh, smoothening is just the track being smooth enough. It's not really. It's also depending on the speed. You could have a super slow coaster, but you could have the tracks easily bend quick enough because it would still match the speed of the coaster. So you need the speed of the coaster to match basically the track. If it's not, it won't be smooth. So you always gotta focus on both of those things, which I over-focused on here. I probably spent over the 20 minutes of the time doing this. The track itself, I totally just wasted 30 minutes. I probably just wasted a lot of time on this because I was figuring out new things with the coaster. Probably wasn't the best idea to go straight into the roller coaster, but I thought it would be great for you guys to see me like doing all this work. Again, it took an hour to build. It was a definitely interesting coaster. I think this is like my first time working with the multiverse coaster, so definitely an interesting coaster to work with. Definitely also with the track types. That's the same with, I think it's the, I don't remember, but it's a different coaster as well, and it's an interesting one. I think it's the multiverse, like, launched coaster, so that was also an interesting one to work with. I worked with that one a few times, but I thought this would be a better one for this time. So, the ride itself, it's definitely an interesting ride. I keep saying that because I know a lot of people are going to have some of their own reactions towards it. Would I ride this in real life? I would, personally. Again, I love coasters, hence why I'm getting into this. Roller coaster engineer is definitely one of the things I want to be. So, I can't wait for you guys to see how this looked in the end, because to be completely honest, I was proud with this being an hour build with how it came out. I don't usually get a lot of time on my hands, though, because I'm busy with a bunch of other things. Obviously, I have a life, so I need to work on a lot of other things. Anyway, I'm gonna get you guys to see it, so let's go. Again, I wanted to thank you guys so much for watching this. This has been an absolute joy to do this challenge just in general. I love that you guys clicked on this video to watch it. Again, please like and subscribe. Share this to all your friends, because this did take me a long time to do. Thank you again, and I cannot wait to see you guys again and to do another coaster build challenge. So see you guys in the next one.